Is this picture of Fred Durst holding an anime figure real? It is. This image is more interesting than the inherent humor people find in the odd juxtaposition. Something like, ha ha ha, 2000s rap rock star holding a figure of Rei from Evangelion, is the surface reading which has made the Screencap popular, but what is the context and why does it exist? Well, a drunk Fred Durst on a forgotten livestream, on a forgotten platform, showing an anime figure to an audience of 383 viewers. Only one viewer appears to have been quick enough to take this screen cap, which has survived in spite of itself, but not image degradation. This is all that has come down: Fred Durst and an anime figurine in a picture together. Can a screen cap be worth 1,000 Limp Bizkit lyrics? Looking into an image's background usually kills the mystery or humor behind it, but this candid shot of Fred Durst is funnier than perceived randomness. There is a reason why Fred Durst has an anime figurine of that character, and that small piece of merchandise itself has a history with Fred Durst outside this single image. There is a lead-up and aftermath to this screenshot. Here is the story behind an infamous screen cap of a partially lost Fred Durst livestream. There are only 3 things really required to know about this image to get it: Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst, and Neon Genesis Evangelion. All 3 things were popular in the United States in the early to middle 2000s. Limp Bizkit is and was a rap rock group, or nu metal band, popular among lower and middle class Americans for their uncouthness. Their hits included things like Break Stuff, My Generation, and Nookie. The band has clarified the name Limp Bizkit, spelled with a Z, was chosen to be purposely off-putting, and their most recent branding involves the term "still sucks." Fred Durst is the lead singer of Limp Bizkit, and generally known for his iconic red baseball cap, usually of New York Yankees brand. Durst has been regarded as infamously aggressive and also uncouth, but he comes across rather stable in interviews, so part of him has always been a character. Neon Genesis Evangelion, or Evangelion, or just EVA for short, is a Japanese anime about robots and psychological issues or something. In short, which saw its major run in the USA from 2005 to 2006, with some prior showings, but that gets complicated. The only important part about it is this one character named Rei and this other one who is Red. The most enduring cultural artifact of the show is arguing which main female character is better. That argument has been going on for almost 20 years by this point. That leads to one fated night where Fred Durst decided to go live on Ustream in 2010. It has been almost a decade, so a brief description of Ustream is probably necessary. Ustream can be considered a predecessor and briefly contemporary of Twitch TV, formerly Justin TV. Unrelated in business, but they did briefly compete for the same live streaming website demographic. Unlike early Twitch/Justin TV, Ustream was somewhat more appealing because it was looser in rules, but had less of a total overall website culture. It slowly lost popularity after Twitch achieved dominance in video game live streaming. This was basically at the dawn of live streaming of video games and podcasts, so Ustream was in sort of uncharted waters. Like Soulja Boy, Fred Durst has always been an early adopter of avenues for music distribution and fan interaction. Mr. Durst was already on Ustream, Tumblr, and Twitter by 2012. It seems his Ustream channel was originally named Frédéric, or Fred Direct, according to this clip uploaded to YouTube in 2010, but this was later changed to FDizzle Live by 2012. Fred used the channel to stream himself making music at home on his PC, usually while getting drunk in the process. One day in what was probably November 2010 then, Fred Durst boots up his livestream and, as the image says, 16 minutes into his stream decides to show the audience of 383 viewers his Rei figure. One takes that screen cap. What evidence is there of this event beside that screen cap, though?
I am drunk, it's alright.
As mentioned, there are a couple of clips which have survived the decade on YouTube. None, though, involve the moment the screen cap, captured, but a few are possibly from the same livestream in November 2010. Archiving live streams was not that common around the early 2010s due to both less people knowing how to do it and issues with storage space. The few fragments from the Fred Durst Ustream channel are either low quality, as was the era, or hand cams of people recording their computer screens. Do not expect any archives from Ustream either, as it is now IBM Cloud Video. Yes, both Ustream and IBM still technically exist. Unfortunately, preservation of full live streams from Ustream was never really that common. As said, the only thing that survives from the Ustream Fred Direct era are those short but useful clips. A few of these clips can be eliminated outright as not being from the same livestream. The clips Fred Durst Ustream and Fred Durst Ustream 2, all caps, both uploaded on February 8, 2012, by Lean Darudru, can be ignored. These were uploaded 2 years after the Fred Direct clips and take place in what is obviously a different room from the picture. There is no window, red light, and the camera is in a different position. Funnily enough though, the Rei figure can actually be seen on Fred Durst's desk in the background in very low quality. Another clip titled Limp Bizkit Fred Ustream Explicit was uploaded on June 20th, 2011 by Living It Up, but it is another random screen recording. It does take place in the same room as the Rei photo, as shown by the red light in the background, but it is a recording of a Limp Bizkit music teaser on livestream. Neither Fred nor the figure are visible in the brief recording. Actually, that might be the Rei figure's forehead, but I'm not sure. So what is the proof this all happened in 2010? The remaining clips on YouTube were uploaded in November 2010, and the room has several clues. The remaining clips of Fred Durst on Ustream are Fred Durst Drunk and Chillin' live on Ustream, uploaded November 25th, 2010 by Vixum666, Fred Durst recording a song live, uploaded November 26, 2010 by Parancho, and Fred Durst Southern Soul Ustream, uploaded December 1st, 2010 by Venetanarix. All three of these videos were uploaded at about the same week, which implies they came from the same live stream. Fred Durst recording a song live is surprisingly useful because it is an actual screen capture on a computer, though unfortunately cropped, of the live stream and not a hand cam or phone video. The Fred Durst recording a song live video is the best evidence that the photo is from November 2010. There are several exact parallels to the video which are more than circumstantial. In video, Fred Durst appears to be wearing the same clothing, a black sweatshirt pulled over his black baseball cap with what may be a coat over the sweatshirt. In the background, there is the red light, speaker, and the window appears to be opened at the exact same angle as in the screen capture. On the edge of the screen, his monitor also appears to have the same glare in it. The head of the Rei figure can even be seen at the bottom of the frame/stream, though Fred Durst has already been shown to keep it on his desk when he streams. Is this the stream then? Possibly. If it is, this recording is from a few minutes after Durst showed the audience the figure. The picture clearly shows broadcast started 16 minutes ago, while on the Fred Durst recording a song live video, the broadcast started 24 minutes ago can be read but half cut off on the top of the screen. This suggests the recording started about 8 minutes after. The only issue in it is Fred Durst's facial hair. Yes, that phrase was just used. In the picture, Fred Durst looks a little scruffier with a 5 o'clock shadow. In the video clip from November 26, 2010, Fred Durst looks, keyword here is looks, a little more clean-shaven. Though, that could be due to the video quality, light, and his position, but it is difficult to say. It would be easier to tell if the chat was visible in any of the known clips, but all of them are cut off or too blurry. The chat in the picture is not that useful either, with comments such as, "She has a huge forehead." It is not like the people recording would have guessed their footage would be used as a source a decade later anyways. Assuming the stream is from the end of November 2010, where/when was the picture first posted? That is difficult to say, so it does not help the dating issue much, but it does not appear to have circulated much before 2012-2014, or about 2 years after the stream itself. There appears to have been a copy that was uploaded to the photo hosting site Flickr in 2012, but that page now directs to a 404 error. That upload was either pulled down, the account deleted, or it is simply an image error. The next major post was 2 years later in 2014, which directs to a post on the forum site NeoGaf. There, the image is being used as a contextless reaction image. No other user really reacts to it or mentions it, which implies some familiarity with it by 2014, at least on NeoGaf. It is likely the image circulated around NeoGaf in the mid-2010s, then spread outwards from there onto websites like Tumblr and Twitter, where it had a new novelty to an unexposed audience. So where else has the figure appeared with Fred Durst? The Rei figure's origins are a little mysterious in relation to Fred Durst, but in a 2003 in-home interview with CNN, one can see two of Fred Durst's figure collection shelves in the background. The footage is too fast and low quality to make out if the Rei figure is on either one, but it shows collecting was a habit with Fred Durst even back in 2003. The coverage even reports that Fred Durst is somewhat of a computer geek, and he likes to go into Limp Bizkit chat rooms online. Remember, 2003. To some degree, Fred Durst is probably aware of the interest in him and this photo. It has shown up in other pictures sourced from Fred Durst as well. According to comments, the Rei figure showed up on a deleted picture on Fred Durst's now-wiped diet blog on Tumblr in 2012, then it also appeared in a Twitter photo on Fred Durst's desk in 2012 as well, though it is possible the Twitter photo is the same one from Tumblr, unclear as no archives of the Tumblr photo seem to exist. Durst still has the figure too. It appeared in a Fred Durst TikTok as recently as January 31st, 2021. This means the figure has been present for a decade, if not more. How and why did Fred Durst acquire the figure though? Huge anime fan? Fred Durst is the only one that could really confirm anything, but there have been some ideas floated around on the internet. Here is a comment from iFunny by Nooner Pirate, so take it with a heavy dose of salt. So I went to high school with his daughter, and we graduated together. She was a huge anime nerd. As everyone knows, comments from iFunny are completely trustworthy and a reputable source. Fred Durst has also shouted out the Japanese band Baby Metal in concert, so maybe he, or his daughter, just likes Japanese stuff. With a guy like Fred Durst, it would not be surprising. He came up around the first major online wave of Japan interest in the United States. Limp Bizkit and Eva's peak in the United States almost coincided as well. Only Fred Durst could give one the true answers to it all. Even then, he was pretty drunk on that stream. The Rei photo, as it has been called here, or screen capture, has more than some inane or random humor to it. There is a surprising amount of history and internet lore to how it came about and became such a favorite. It rests in that ill-defined category of internet kana, or internet-style images. Images that have been traded across the internet so much their quality begins to resemble a grain mill. Having the actual full context from the stream could do a lot, but that all seems totally lost at this point. There are no full copies on YouTube, Ustream's archives are long ago purged, and it is highly unlikely Fred Durst would keep a copy of that night. Only that out-of-context screen cap remains. This makes it an artifact of lost media, a strange sort of lost media, a lost live stream. Everything around it is only circumstance and guesswork. The only remaining question, did the audience ask to see the figure?
You don't wanna fuck with me today, cause a little something go your way.
Yeah.
So try not to be like that today, cause I'm a real motherfucker from round the way.
Come on.
And we don't give a fuck when we're rocking the place. We're only giving a fuck if you're rotating the space. So
Yeah.
get your groove on.
Gotta get your groove on.
Keep us waiting too long.
Keep us waiting too long.
I'd like to give a foolish online thank you to my supporter, the Gel Samini family.
Do you enjoy this?